Pizza Tower is a game that has a lot of collectibles. From toppings to clothing items to secrets, there's a lot to do, and it really encourages replayability. However, I've wondered, is it possible to beat Pizza Tower without collecting any of these things? Well, today is when we answer that question. Is it possible to beat Pizza Tower without collecting a single topping? Upon starting the game on a new save file, we begin where every game begins in Pizza Tower, with the tutorial. While the tutorial doesn't actually give you any money for the toppings you collect, I still wanted to see if it was possible to beat this. It's incredibly easy, and while a lot of the toppings are in the direct path of the player, you can very easily avoid many of them. Our first obstacle is the first one, ironically. However, by pressing left directly after smashing this wall, we can run over the topping and avoid collecting it. After that, it is pretty smooth sailing. Did I say it was smooth sailing? That was a lie. This topping here is actually quite the obstacle. In order to progress, we have to break that metal block. However, we need enough speed to reach Mach 3. However, that is impossible because we run into this wall. We can't collect the topping, and it is directly in front of the wall. However, I decided that since these toppings do not count towards our piggy bank, I'm just not going to count them. So, with that said, it is now time for John Gutter. John Gutter is fairly easy. While a lot of the toppings are still in the way, it's very easy to avoid them. Doing an uppercut to avoid the first one, and then at this one we literally just avoid it. Now, the first time I came here, I accidentally ran into it and had to restart. However, upon my second attempt, I dove over the topping, therefore I did not collect it. Hitboxes are weird in this. After that, it's still more smooth sailing. There's really not much difficulty to it, as a lot of the toppings can actually be very easily avoided. So, after making our way back, we have successfully beaten John Gutter. After that is Pizzascape, and this level is actually incredibly easy. Most of the toppings are completely optional and very avoidable. The only trouble that I had with it was the first topping that we see, because my little smooth and small brain couldn't understand that I had to go down instead of up and ran into the mushroom topping. All I had to do was replay the level, and I was able to beat it pretty easily. So, it, again, wasn't that hard. Just, if you're smart, you'll probably be able to do it, but I'm a moron, so. After this is Ancient Cheese. Now, while a lot of this level was incredibly easy, again, many of the toppings were completely avoidable, such as the first one we encounter, along with the second one. Now, the one I had trouble with was the third topping, as in order to progress, we need to carry a bomb. Now, my idea was to dive, much like how I did in one of the earlier levels. However, the bomb prevents us from diving. So, what I ended up doing was I jumped on the goblin, knocking him down. With this, I can dive down, the goblin can throw his bomb at me, and I can then use that bomb to throw off the rat instead. The fourth one is also completely avoidable. We literally just don't walk left and we're fine. And with that, it's pizza time, baby. However, the final topping was incredibly difficult. I literally could not avoid it. I tried 5 different times, and none of them could I ever beat the level without gathering the pineapple topping. So, this begs the question, how did I get around this? How do I beat Pizza Tower without collecting a single topping? Well, it was never possible from the start. I just wanted to see how many people would watch this. And you know what? You did. You watched it. And even if you knew it wasn't possible, you still did. While I knew this never would be possible, it was still a lot of fun. And I hope that people will give it a try. Who knows? Maybe there's some really determined people out there who will find some crazy glitches to, avoid the toppings. But with all of this out of the way, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.